Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a fade off of a assumed breakout failure of a range here on crude oil. So far this morning we have been very bullish, right? We've had just a massive run higher and somewhat of a spike in channel working up. Everything is really telling us that the upside definitely has the potential, but the problem is with that upside move, we had this massive breakout attempt right here. And there was absolutely no continuation, none whatsoever. And in fact, they actually turned around into a bear continuation. Essentially, it's almost like the market said, yeah, okay, I don't believe you buyers, prove it. So given the fact that we're coming out of this range, even though this range does have a bullish bias, we are presented with a situation that we can look to possibly sell right back down again. So an entry short here at 37.21. I am going to be looking for my first target and really the only target all the way back down to the range lows, and that's going to be the final objective. Now the reason I'm taking everything off at range lows is mainly because this still has a bullish bias. I'm definitely not going to be looking to hang on to this trade for the rest of the day. This is only a trade that I'm looking to hold on to for a little bit before we turn back up to the upside. There has to be more of a bias of buying when we get back down to the range lows. As the old adage goes, sell high, buy low. And when you're talking about a range, well, I want to be buying at the lows, not selling for further movement. So if we come back down to the range lows, I'm going to be looking to buy out of my position and potentially look to get into a longer term upside buy to ride it back up to the highs. But for right now, the sellers are attempting to shut down that entire buy movement. It's like I said, it's almost as if the buyers said, whoops, I didn't mean to, and the sellers are looking like they want to take advantage of that. So entry short is going to be at 21. Stop is going to be above the high, so it's a nice small little stop here. And everything is lining up perfectly. So we just need a little bit of follow through from the sellers. Very slow today so far. Keep in mind, it is still pretty early, obviously, but we are going on inventory day. We have inventories later today, and it's something that we definitely have to be concerned about in that, well, it's inventory day. It might get really weird here overall. So we do have the entry short right now at 21. I'm looking for this to ride down to the range lows for our target at 02. In terms of profitability, we're looking at a move down of 19 ticks. So 19 ticks across the board on 5 contracts. It's 95 ticks possible that we're looking for on the move lower. So we're in the trade. The stop is nice and small at 34, and that will look to get tightened up where we can. But until we start seeing this liven up a little bit, we may be in this one for a while. Looking for the ride down to the range lows next. Seeing the sellers attempting to break through this rising area of support here. This is the early channel, just widened out a little bit, and we can definitely see they're fighting over this level. The last thing I want to see right here is any kind of bullish inclination. If we get that as a hint, we'll definitely look to close early. So I do want to see them go relatively soon here, and there we get the target filled. Beautiful. That's what we were looking for. I do think a lot of people were taking profit right there. It makes sense. We are in a very strong bullish market. Start adding into buys, about halfway down into the range. They're going to be looking primarily, though, at the lows of this range and below to get the bigger positions on. But overall, beautiful move down. Made us a little bit nervous on that rising support area there. But overall, we ended up beautiful down move into our targets. And now we have the smaller bear channel down. We're testing the lows of that as well. So everything's stacking up in the same place, and an awesome place to be getting out of a trade and begin looking for potentials for longs back higher. So that's going to do it for me. 95 ticks on the trade. That's 950. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Throw over the checkout or trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.